2, 1.
Welcome to the Dad and Cole Football Patrol.
That's right. What's up, guys? I'm Dad.
And I'm Cole.
So, Cole, I thought you had a pretty cool idea for the video today. Why don't you set up for the fine folks out there what we're going to be talking about?
We're going to do a comparison for the offenses of the Pro Bowl rosters.
Yeah, I thought that was a fun idea. And before we dig into that, let's let the fine folks out there who might be checking us out for the very first time. What are we all about here on the Dad and Cole Football Patrol?
Football.
That's right, man. We break down news, insights, picks, fun stuff all around the 32 teams of the NFL. So hit like on this video and then go ahead and hit subscribe so you can stay up to date with all of our fun, family-friendly football coverage of the NFL. So that's right, Cole. It is Pro Bowl time. So I figured let's do this. Let's look at the positional groups. You and I will have a debate and we'll try to come to a consensus of what we think is the better overall offense, AFC compared to NFC for the Pro Bowl. But we'll chunk it up by quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and then we'll try and see if there's a consensus. And then, guys, you out there watching this video, play along with us. Each group, leave a comment. Let us know who you feel is better, AFC, NFC. And then when we get to the very end, who has the better, most dynamic, explosive offense overall? So here we go, Cole. So, Cole, why don't you start right here with the first three quarterbacks? Just name them out, and then I'll scroll down a little bit, and we'll look at the NFC.
Herbert, Mahomes, and Jones.
Okay, and then that's in comparison to?
Murray, Wilson, and Cousins.
Boy, all right. This already feels very daunting to me right out the gate to try and figure out. So listen, I don't think you and I have any disagreement that Patrick Mahomes is the cream of the crop of the group. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
He's the best. But then when you look at the 2 and 3.
I'm going with the NFC on this.
Dude, I'm with you. So we both agree Mahomes is the better out of the whole group. But as far as just the three representatives, I feel the NFC is a little more even when you go Wilson, Murray as a 1-2 compared to, I guess you'd have to say Herbert is a 2 here, right? Mahomes is clearly question number 1. It's more of a drop-off, I feel, from Mahomes to Herbert than it is from Wilson to Murray. And then I feel Cousins. Well, I know a lot of people.
I'm going Murray to Wilson.
You think Murray's the number 1 guy here?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, well, listen, Wilson had a down year. He had the hurt thumb. But at the end of the year, when he started getting healthy, he started throwing the ball all over the place. So where I think a lot of people think, oh, Wilson's cooked, I don't buy that at all. Murray, down at the end of the year, I think he had injury issues as well. He really flamed out. I'm still, for me, though, and by the way, you and I are giving our commentary. We're not necessarily talking about who's starting in the game. We're just talking about who we view as the number 1 guy. I still think out of this group, it's kind of Wilson. But listen, let's not spend too much time on it. We both agree then, the NFC has the edge here. Is that right for quarterback?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to jot that down. NFC for quarterback. All right. Now, let's move on. Oh, go ahead. What were you going to say, buddy?
Running backs. There's more running backs than just Najee and.
Yep. So I'm going to scroll over. So first off, introduce Najee.
Harris. Chubb, Taylor.
Okay. So let's back up again real quick. So read them again.
Harris, Chubb, Taylor.
Okay. Harris, Chubb, Taylor. By the way, that's strong, right?
I already think the AFC.
That is so strong. They're all young. Yeah, all right. Let's look at the NFC now. Okay. Kamara.
Dalvin Cook and James Conner.
Oh, dude. All right.
James Conner falls off though.
Yeah, but dude, he had so many how many touchdowns did he end up with this year? Was it like 18? Some insane number? Hold on. I gotta look and see, because I agree with you. Just by the name value, you would think, James Conner, he led all running backs with it. Oh, I got it. He crushed it this year. James Conner, TD 2021. Let's see. Okay. Bro, 15 touchdowns.
Okay, for like their career and when you hear the name, I'd pick AFC. But for like the season, I'd pick NFC.
Well, here's the thing. Okay. Taylor.
Oh, there's Taylor.
Yeah, dude, bro, I'm going AFC here.
Okay, NFC. I'll go NFC.
You're going NFC? All right, but I think we got to come to a consensus. All right. Najee Harris was sick, right? Huge volume on a bad team, but he was like the wide receivers from the Steelers, I feel like were all letdowns. Big Ben was at the end of his career, but Najee did his thing. Nick Chubb had a little bit of injuries, but he was Nick Chubb. He was awesome. Jonathan Taylor, people were talking about being the MVP of the year. Now, when we go down here, James Conner, beast this year. 15 touchdown. We just talked about it. Dalvin Cook, beast. Had some injury stuff, but not too much. He played a lot. Kamara had a good bit of injury stuff. A bit of a down year, I think we'd say, for Kamara. I think it's clear-cut AFC. Tell me why you say NFC.
Well, first of all, when you hear like Kamara, Cook, and James Conner, I feel like people like 20 years later, they'll like know Kamara of how good he was, they'll know Cook how good he was, and then they'll know like Conner of how good he had that one year. So I'm going with the NFC on this.
But I feel like what you just said right there kind of almost made the point that the AFC is a little bit better. No?
How?
Interesting. All right, we're on a deadlock on this. So I'm gonna write it down. Cole, AFC.
Oh, NFC.
Oh, I'm sorry. Cole, NFC. Dad, AFC. Guys, if you're watching this video, hit that like button. Cole, what do the young kids say out there? Smash the likes. Is that how you say it?
I think.
Am I allowed to say that as like an old time daddy? Can I say that?
Really.
Old timer dad. Smash the likes, kids out there. You got to break the tie for us. Cole is saying NFC. And again, that's Alvin Kamara, Dalvin Cook, James Conner, and then old dad here. I'm saying Jonathan Taylor, Nick Chubb, Najee Harris get the nod. Break the tie for us. Leave a comment. Let us know. All right. So, all right, Cole. Here we go. Start introducing the wide receivers.
Tyreek the Freak, Hunter Renfrow, Diggs, Johnson. That's good.
That is strong. Now, let me back up to get to the NFC. Oh God, this is going to be so hard. Go ahead.
Justin Jefferson.
Oh,
Debo and CeeDee
oh my God. All right, hold on. This is so hard. Let's go back up to AFC. Tyreek.
I pick NFC just because I like the Justin Jefferson right foot creep dance. That's the only reason why.
Well, listen, I'm going NFC too because Deontay, I feel like, was Stephon, while he was really good, I almost feel like he's a victim of being so awesome last year. He could almost not replicate it again because last year he was through the charts and it was kind of a surprise being on a new team. Hunter Renfrow had a legit year.
Had a good year.
Wait a second. Bro.
Wait, where's Cooper
Where's
Kupp?
Cooper?
What? There's no Cooper Kupp.
As we're talking about this, hold on. This doesn't make sense. Wait a second.
Oh, because he's in the Super Bowl.
Oh, is that what it is?
I think so.
Yeah, but he should still be on the roster. Wait a second. Why isn't Cooper?
Because he's in the Super Bowl, I think. Because Jamar Chase would be on the AFC.
Oh, dude, hold on. I think you just touched on it because Chase isn't on here. Wait.
And wouldn't Burrow be one of the quarterbacks probably?
Can Super Bowl players be on Pro Bowl roster?
No.
I don't know if we're going to get an answer on this, but I think you're right on this.
Yeah. Because then because for that week that they're doing the Pro Bowl, they're like getting like ready for the Super Bowl and stuff.
Players from the two teams competing in the Super Bowl will not participate. So I think you and I both know they wouldn't participate, but I would think they'd still get the honor of being on this list, though, right, Cole?
Well, let's just like pretend that Jamar Chase is on the AFC team.
Well,
and
go ahead. I'm sorry, I cut you off. I'm sorry.
And that Cooper Cup's basically on the NFC team because they
Well,
sort of are. Like they deserve it.
Yeah, but here's the thing. For the sake of what we're doing here, I think let's stick to just what's on. I mean, this is NFL.com, so we're not on some weird website. Let's just stick to what's in front of us, just so it
I'm
doesn't.
still going NFC.
I'm with you, bro. So let's look at it again. Wait, hold on. Mike Evans, Justin Jefferson, Debo, CD. Yeah, I'm going NFC also because Justin Jefferson was an absolute beast. Debo, especially down the stretch, the way he started running the ball. And for me, Renfro was really good, but Deontay was meh. So we both say NFC, right?
Okay, for the tight ends, already going with AFC.
Okay, so hold on, slow down. Let's move to tight ends. So we got Travis. Introduce the tight ends.
Kelsey Andrews.
Okay, it's just that's it. So 2 tight ends. Kelsey Andrews versus
Jonah Jackson and Ali Marpet.
Wait, no, that can't be.
What the?
Those are like linemen, I think. Oh, here we go. Here's the tight ends from the NFC.
Kittle and Pitts. I'm still going with AFC.
Yeah, I don't even think it's a discussion, right? Kittle came on at the end of the year, but he missed a good bit of time, right? Pitts started out super hot, and I feel like kind of hit a rookie wall and just faded out. Andrews was Andrews. Kelsey had a bit of a down year, though, but even with him having a down year, I agree with you. We're going AFC here, right?
Yeah. Okay, fullback, I think, is next.
Well, no, let's not even get into fullback. Let's just – I think we're kind of done here. Now what we need to figure out is who has the most explosive roster overall.
Hey,
So hold on. Let's just back up and do a recap. So, Cole, when it came to the quarterbacks between Herbert, Mahomes, and Jones –
NFC.
And then let me back up.
Look how much Niners made it.
They did. And Mary, Wilson, Cousins, you and I both said NFC.
Yes.
Now here is the only – so we only split on one position group. We were unanimous on 3 out of the 4 position groups. Here's where we split when it came to running back. Harris – well, you read them out again.
Chubb, Taylor, Harris.
Versus
Kamara, Cook, and Connor.
You said NFC. I said AFC. That's the only area we split.
Yeah.
Now, when we went to wide receiver, go ahead and call them out, the wide receivers for us.
Hill, Renfro, Diggs, and Johnson.
Versus
Evans, Jefferson, Debo, and CD.
And we both, you were unanimous NFC. And by the way, go ahead.
I think AFC, though, has the better roster.
Wait. Time out. Let's just stick with the group. Hold on.
Okay.
You're talking about overall?
Yeah.
Well, hold on. By the way, also, I don't think we didn't give Mike Evans enough love. He crushed it with when why am I blanking on the Godwin got hurt, Gronk was hurt for a while. Evans was so consistent money this year. But anyway, we already said NFC. And then for the last position group, AFC, we said for tight ends, and run down the tight ends again real quick.
Kittle, Pitts,
Versus
Andrews, and Kelsey.
we said AFC. So wait, so when we think about the entire roster overall, you're going AFC?
Yeah, I feel like the tight ends let you down for the NFC a lot, and you have to have a solid roster throughout everything. But AFC is like a solid roster throughout like every position.
But Cole, per your own picks, let me remind you of this. Hold on. You picked NFC for quarterback. You picked NFC for running back. You picked NFC for wide receiver and only AFC for tight end.
I know. But the tight end let down the most. And like the other guys, like the wide receivers, they can sort of compete with the NFC. The running backs can compete with the NFC. And the quarterbacks can compete with NFC. So, yeah.
I don't know if we're going to come to a consensus here. I feel like the way you and I went about picking the individual positional groups, that we've come just by looking at that, we've given more props, you in particular, to the NFC.
I know.
So what's up here, man? You're going against your own research.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know, man. I kind of feel like, all right, let's do this then. Let's look at this a different way. Let's go back and do this again real quick and pick the number one best per each of those groups. So we just ranked it by overall grouping. Mm-hmm. So out of the quarterbacks, we see them right there. Herbert, Murray. Mahomes, Jones.
I picked Murray.
You're going Kyler Murray over Mahomes?
Yeah.
Bro, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going quarterbacks. I'm going to break this down. Cole and Dad. You're going Murray.
Yep.
I'm going Mahomes.
Okay.
When we look at running back, let me go up here.
I picked Taylor.
Najee, Chubb, Taylor. Kamara, Cook, Connor. We're both in agreement.
Okay.
Taylor. Wide receiver, the number one dude. We got Tyreek, Renfro.
I know we're both going to disagree on this one.
Okay, hold on. Oh, just go ahead, say it. Who's your guy?
Renfro.
You going Hunter Renfro?
Yeah.
As the best out of that whole group?
Uh-huh.
Guys, help me out here. Leave a comment. What do you think is going on here? You're going Hunter Renfro as the number one out of all those guys.
Yep.
It's a bold maneuver, Cole. I am torn between.
I was going to pick Debo, but I like Renfro more.
I love Debo, but here I'm torn between Tyreek and Justin Jefferson. I feel like Tyreek is a little more explosive.
Yes, Justin Jefferson has better celebrations, though.
He does. But I feel like Justin Jefferson is more of the consistent targets, catch volume, touchdown, everything, where sometimes Tyreek can have like a 3-touchdown game and then maybe not really be a factor in another game. I'm going to lean.
He always has like 2 touchdowns per game mostly.
Say that again?
He always has like 2 touchdowns per game mostly.
Who does?
Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, I feel like Jefferson is a more consistent.
This is another reason why I picked Renfro. He put up like 15 points for me in each like fantasy game that I had him.
Now we're getting to the bottom of it. You have a fantasy. What's the word I'm looking for? A fantasy bias here. You're thinking of all the good times you had Renfro on your team, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm guilty of it, Cole. You know I do that all the time, right? With my guys.
Yeah, with Allen.
Yeah, with Josh Allen. I develop my.
And Chubb.
I'm guilty of that too. So now we get to the bottom of your Renfro love. It has to do with.
Also, he's good.
Oh no, He was awesome this year. He was the best player for Carr and for the Raiders.
In the
Most
whole league for wide receivers. Well, second, like third.
Typically, we would say that Darren Waller is the best guy for Carr, but he was hurt a lot, and Renfro was the most consistent.
Yeah, I had Waller too in fantasy.
You did. All right, so now let's go to the tight ends and pick who is.
Easy.
You think it's
Kelsey.
easy?
Kelsey.
Well, guess what, dude?
Wait, actually, I'm changing that to Andrews.
I agree. I think Andrews was the most consistent this year, production-wise, out of all these guys. I had Kelsey in fantasy, so I kept a good eye on him a good bit. He was not as consistent with production. That offense was a little out of sync at times, oddly, in the beginning of the year. Andrews is just Mr. Consistency. So we both agree for this past year, Andrews?
Yeah.
All right, so hold on. Andrews. So, with that being said, at running back, we both agree AFC. Tight end, we both agree AFC is the best.
What about fullback? Can we do fullback?
Yeah, fullback.
Check.
It's a fading position. It's hardly even utilized. Now, I'm an old school guy. I respect and love the fullback, but it's a fading position.
Check. Kyle, use check.
All right, so Cole, after all of this, I don't know that we've come to a consensus on which roster is most.
I think so much AFC.
You did.
See? So that just raises my point.
No, but when we were looking at the groupings, you picked mainly NFC with the exception of tight end. That was the only position.
But if the whole group flunks and that one player shows up per group, that will win them the game. So
But we know football is not it's never about one player. It's not the NBA. It's a team. It's got your only, what does Troy Aikman say? You're only as good as your third wide receiver. Aha.
What?
How about that? I thought it was a neat comment. Aikman.
What about your fourth wide receiver? So your fourth wide receiver's worse than you, huh?
No, what he's trying to say is in the game of football, because it's so evenly matched out there, there's so many different areas teams try to exploit each other that you have to have depth, and it's kind of an exaggeration, the point he's making, but I like it. You're only as good as your third wide receiver, meaning a number one stud wide receiver, but then a just lame rest of the roster, it's not going to carry an NFL team. You got to have strength in depth. You got to have strength across the board.
That's what happened with AJ Green a couple years ago, when he was with the bad Bengals, not the one in the Super Bowl now. But that's what happened with him. They were still not winning, even though he was amazing.
That's a great point. When he was at the height of his career, that's a great point. All right, so dude, I'm going to stick to my guns here. I'm going to say the most stacked, best overall roster is NFC, because when AFC. You and I – go ahead.
AFC.
Okay, so I'm saying NFC. Cole is saying AFC. All right, folks out there watching this video, go ahead, Cole. Tell them what we need them to do.
AFC or NFC. If you have enough time to, comment why. And I know everyone's going to pick AFC.
You think they're going to line up with you?
Yeah.
All right. So, guys, like Cole just said, leave a comment. Let us know who is the most stacked Pro Bowl roster. Is it the AFC? Is it the NFC? And then, Cole, what else? If they're watching us, if they enjoy NFL football, if they enjoy fantasy, picks, all that good stuff, what should they do?
Sub, because we want 60 subscribers.
That's right. Get us over the hump to 60. We're slow and we're growing, and we're grateful for every single one of you out there. Hit subscribe so you can stay up to date with all of our fun family coverage in the NFL. Cole, what else? Any other parting shots?
Like the video.
And then, smash the likes, as all the kids say out there. Until next time, That's it, brother, right?
Bye.
See you guys.